Before we get started, first few words about the plan. This is a 3-week plan. We're gonna repeat the workout every 2 to 3 days. Make sure you don't do it every day, since we need minimum of 1 day rest between the workouts. These are all accessory movements. Goal isn't to lift too heavy. We don't chase pump, just full range of motion and possible burn. Focus is on slow and controlled movement. Mind-muscle connection. Muscle engagement is the key. During this plan, we want to minimize shoulder, chest, and back exercises we do in a regular plan in the gym, for example. Lower the intensity and weight by 50% on shoulder, chest, and back exercises you do regularly in the gym. Go for the maintenance volume. During this 3-week plan, we can increase the intensity. We start with 12 reps, climb to 15. We can slightly increase the dumbbells into a bit heavier ones, or we can modify the position for some of the bodyweight movements. We're going to start with the light shoulder mobility. We'll need light bar or PVC pipe. If you don't have a pipe, you can always use rubber band. Bar should be long enough. Once we hinge in a hip and keep our elbow straight, we should be able to grab it by the sides. Make sure to keep the elbow straight during the whole warm-up. We're gonna start by standing tall and doing few rotations of the shoulder. Nice and easy. Relax, loosen up, rotate the shoulders back around 10 times. After this, go in a front rotation. Same thing, slow, controlled, around 10 reps. Here we want to loosen up in the neck and shoulders. After this, we're gonna keep the elbow straight, bring the bar overhead and push the head through the shoulders. Our goal here isn't to dislocate the shoulder, so go to your comfortable range of motion. Maybe even few inches shy of full range. With time, we can slowly try bringing the bar lower and lower behind. Go for few reps. Maybe you can try bringing the bar all the way down. Now again, don't grip it too hard. If we're struggling with this movement when the bar is behind, we can use the similar motion by sliding the bar closer to our back and down. Choose the one you can comfortably do, or you can do both of them. Nice and easy. Relax, loosen up. After this, we're gonna keep the arms straight and do the similar motion, except this time we're gonna go around the head. Choose one side around the head, pull on the opposite and relax in the middle. Go for around 4 repetitions on one side. We're not going all the way back. After 4 reps, reverse the movement. So go to your comfortable range of motion, maybe even few inches shy of full range. With next one, we're gonna focus on the external rotation of the shoulder. If you don't have a bar and you are doing this with the band, we're gonna do the same motion, except you're gonna be pulling the band from the outside. Hold the bar or pipe like a sword in front of you. Slowly drop it down on the side. Bring the elbow up. There should be 90-degree angle between your upper arm and trunk. Keep the elbow up high, grab the bar and pull it in while you externally rotate the shoulder. Our goal here isn't to dislocate the shoulder, so go to your comfortable range of motion. Hold for 5 seconds, slightly release, and repeat. We're gonna do this one more time. So around 5 reps of 5-second hold, relax, and do the same thing on the opposite side. And again, same thing, 3 reps, 5 seconds hold. Easy, slow, and controlled. Once we're done, we're gonna rest the bar. That's it for the shoulder mobility. We're gonna go into our workout. For the first block, we're gonna need kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can always grab the dumbbell with the smaller base. I prefer to use the kettlebell for this movement as it brings more instability. We're gonna start by going in a lunge position and keep the 90-degree angle in the knees. From here, we're going to bring the kettlebell upside down. If you have light pain in the shoulder while bringing the kettlebell up, feel free to help yourself with the other hand. Lock your elbow and keep the kettlebell straight overhead. This is going to be our starting position. From here, our goal is to tap the ground with the fingertips and then go back into starting position. Focus on the shoulder. You can also think like you have a cup on top of the kettlebell and you don't want to spill that cup. Easy, slow, and controlled. We're going to go for around 10 reps on each side. If you want to increase the intensity with time, you can take a heavier kettlebell. Focus on a slow, controlled movement. Once we finish with 10 reps, we're going to switch sides. Same thing on the opposite. Straight arm, kettlebell overhead, and tap the ground to side. We're going to do 2 sets on each side of 10 reps. First week, we can start just by touching the fingertip to ground. Focus on a slow, controlled movement. Easy, slow, and controlled. Since we're only working on one side, once we finish doing the one arm, we can switch straight away into opposite. Try to hold the kettlebell straight above your shoulder. To increase the range of motion, instead of tapping the ground with the tip of our finger, we can also tap it with the palm. This is going to make the exercise slightly harder. Focus on a slow, controlled movement. Don't let the kettlebell move too far. Try to hold the kettlebell straight above your shoulder. Once we finish with this side, we're going to switch to opposite. Try to hold the kettlebell straight overhead. It should be a position where we can hold it for a long time. Don't move it too much front or back. And after 2 sets, this should be the last one. Once we're done, we go in a second block. Our second block is going to be superset, which means we're going to do 2 exercises back to back. For the first one, we're going to need cross cables. Set the height of the cables to slightly below the shoulder height. Don't put too heavy weight. Remember, we want to engage the muscles. With time, we can slowly increase the intensity every week or so. Start light and slowly build it up. We're going to grab the handles by the opposite hands and cross the arms over the chest. Stand in a slightly split position. This way we have good core stability. From here, pull the cables apart. Squeeze the back as much as you can once the arms are wide. Think about your shoulder blades. We're going to do 15 repetitions. You can also start by doing 12 and then with weeks increase it to 15. If you don't feel enough tension on the squeeze when the hands are behind, take a small step back. Focus on a slow, controlled movement. Don't rush. Take your time. Do 2 seconds on the concentric and do 2 seconds on the eccentric contraction. You want to squeeze the shoulder blades. After 12 to 15 repetitions, we're gonna rest the cables and go on the ground in a push-up position. We do the second exercise straight after the first one. Here the main focus is on the shoulder blades. Keep your arms locked. Bring the elbow pits to front. During the whole movement we want to keep the arms straight. From a neutral position, bring yourself down by squeezing the shoulder blades as hard as you can. From there, push yourself up. This movement is shoulder protraction. You can also think about rounding your shoulders when you push up. Make sure when you're dropping down that you're not bending the elbows too much. Focus on a contraction of the shoulder blades. We're gonna do 12 to 15 repetitions. Again, you can start with 12 and then every session increase by 1 rep. If you find this movement too hard and you cannot keep yourself on the ground, you can also try to do it from the more inclined position. The more we are inclined, the easier it is. After 12 to 15 reps, we're gonna take a light break, 30 to 45 seconds. Once the break is over, we're gonna repeat this superset 2 more times. You can pause the video here, repeat, and once you're finished, resume the video and start with the next superset. For this one, we're gonna need a mat and a bench. It doesn't have to be a bench, but something that we can sit on that is around knee height. Lay down chest in the ground. Bring your arms overhead and slightly wider than the shoulder, almost like we create the letter Y. Make sure thumbs are pointing up. From here we're gonna relax, engage our shoulder blades, and raise the thumbs up. Go to a comfortable range of motion. Slow and controlled. Don't rush the movement. We're gonna do 15 repetitions of this one. Keep your arms straight and focus only on moving your shoulders. Focus on a slow, controlled movement. Go to a comfortable range of motion. Easy, slow, and controlled. 15 repetitions of this one. Once we're done, we're gonna go straight into next exercise. That's gonna be our scapular dip. Sit down on the bench. Keep your elbows straight and locked. Push the armpits to front. From here, slightly slide down so that the glutes are off the bench. Make sure back are close to the edge of the bench. From here, we're gonna do the simple shoulder shrug. Sink down as low as you can and then press yourself up. Keep the elbows locked and arms straight. Focus on moving only through the shoulder blades. We're gonna do 12 to 15 repetitions. Same like all the other exercises, you can start around 12 and then every week build up 1 rep more. If you find the movement easy, you can bring the feet in front, legs straight, and increase the intensity. By bringing the feet in front, we're gonna minimize the usage of legs during the lift. One of the variations is a single leg lift. Just place one ankle on top of the knee. Goal here is to use less leg drive. After 12 to 15 repetitions, we're gonna take a small break, 30 to 45 seconds, and repeat this block 2 more times. You can press the pause now, repeat the block 2 times, and resume the video once you're ready for the next set. For the last superset, we're gonna need bench that we can bring into inclined position and light dumbbells. We're also gonna need squat rack with the bar. If you don't have a squat rack with the bar, you can also use the TRX. The movement is gonna be inverted scapular row. Height of the handles is gonna dictate the intensity of the exercise. Once we're set with the bench and dumbbells next to a squat rack or TRX, we're gonna start with a set. For the first exercise, adjust the height of the bench. Once you lay down chest on a bench, make sure that the tip of the finger isn't touching the ground. Our hands should be hanging loose. Here's how the movement is gonna look like. From a hanging position where the hands are straight in front of us, we're gonna pull them back in a 90-degree angle. When I say 90 degree, I mean 90 degree in the shoulder between the trunk and the upper arm, and 90 degree in the elbow between the upper arm and lower arm. Make sure you don't flex the elbows too much or bring the hands close to trunk. Don't choose too heavy weights. Focus on the external rotation by bringing the elbows and back of the hand behind you as much as you can. From a full hang, bring the elbows behind your ear into a comfortable position. Squeeze the shoulder blades, hold for half a second and relax in front. We're gonna repeat this 12 to 15 times. As like with all other exercises today, main focus is on the shoulder blades. During this one, we especially focus on the external rotation when the dumbbells are up high. Go to a comfortable range of motion. Easy, slow, and controlled. Once we're done, we go straight into next exercise. I'm gonna use the bar in a squat row. Remember, you can always use the TRX as well. Hold on for the bar or TRX where the angle between your trunk and your upper arm is 90 degrees, so hands straight in front. From here, while we keep the arm straight, we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades as hard as we can. Hold for half a second and then relax and protract. Round your shoulders, hold for a half a second, and then squeeze your shoulder blades again by pushing the chest up. Try not to bend the elbow and use too much bicep. Slow, controlled, and full range of motion. Repeat this for 12 to 15 reps. We have two options of increasing the intensity. We can start with 12 reps and then every week increase by 1, or we can be lower in a starting position. After 12 to 15 reps, we're gonna relax, take a 30 to 45 seconds break, and repeat this superset 2 more times. Once we're done, our workout is finished. Congratulations. Thanks for training.